Spring is such an exciting time of year. The grass is finally turning green after a long winter. Tulips are popping up out of the ground in their beautiful colors. All the blossoms on the trees are coming out. And then you look at your garden and you're getting ready to plant because you're just so excited. But before you do that, you might want to get your seeds started first. But you don't have anything to work on. Today on Driveway Derek, we're going to show you how to build a nice versatile bench from some old pallets I found by the dumpster. We're going to take something old and put it into good use for something new. After all, spring is a time for renewal. Today it's easy to find a lot of items just laying around that can be put to good use. Looking at this pallet, it would be great for maybe a work surface, maybe like a kitchen island, potting bench, whatever. But with one simple easy design, we can make one item fit for many different uses. So let's get started. Before we get started, it's a good idea to look at what tools we have. Now at home, you're not going to have many options sometimes. So what I got is a drill, a saw, tape measure, square, of course a pencil, and some screws, and some safety glasses. So before we get started, let's take a look at what sort of design we can make with these pallets. Since we're going to make a work table, we're going to choose which one we want to make the work surface. A lot of times pallets are damaged and not all the slats are very good. You want to be careful with what you're working on. You don't want to get splinters or cuts, and definitely want to watch for any protruding nails. So I'm just going to look at these and pick which one is going to be a cleaner surface. Just from looking at it, I think I'll make this one the top and I'll make this one the bottom. So I'll have a work surface and a little storage space. Now, so a pretty conventional height for a work surface is about 33 inches. That's pretty average, so I'll just go with that, and I'll just see what this looks like. That's pretty close, and what I'll do is I'll just leave the bottom about 2 inches from the foot. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark all my 2x4s for the legs, cut them all, and then we'll start assembling it. So, since all of my ends aren't necessarily square, I'll square one end, and then I'll measure it, and then I'll cut it to the right length. Easiest way to get a square cut is to hold a speed square up against the opposite side of the board that you're cutting, and then hold your saw and run the fence right along the square. And that will give you a nice square cut. And we'll do that for all 4 legs. now that I've marked all my boards with the square, I'm going to cut them all to the right length, and then our legs will be done. The easiest way to start putting the legs on, because we're going to attach them to the side, is we're just going to turn it upright, and we're going to lay them across, and we'll just start screwing the top. And we won't worry about the bottom yet. We'll use it for the board to sit on. That way it'll make it easier to work. So I'll just lay the first leg on there. And again, the bottom we're just going to use basically to rest the leg on. We'll line it flush with the top, flush with the edge, and then I'll just start driving screws in there. Now after I made the first one, because the pallet isn't probably very square, I'm going to take my square, run it along here, move the leg, and that way it'll be straight and it won't have a crooked leg. Now that I did the top, I'm going to slide the bottom down to about 2 inches from the edge of the feet, the legs, and then I'll make a line and I'll drill this side and then that side. Sometimes you might have a board that's a little twisted. You can't get your last piece to get right. You don't have any extra hands, we'll get it clean. See what we got. Now from here, we could be done, but as you can see, it's a little wobbly. So we're just gonna add a couple horizontal braces on the back and really firm it up. To do that, decide which side you need the front, put that down to the ground, and then we'll just grab some longer boards, mark them, and cut them. Make it easy, we only want to cut one end, and it doesn't have to be perfectly square because it's not going to be sitting on the ground. So just put one end flush, like that, and then we'll just mark the other side with the pencil, and then we'll cut it. To do is attach these to the legs, and there's a center spot in the pallet, and we'll use the bottom one to attach to that just for a little added strength. That's it. Now you got a nice new work surface. I say new, even though they're old pallets. Now, if depending on where you're going to put this, you might want to take some sandpaper, smooth the top out. If you're going to keep it outside, you just put a nice water sealant or oil finish. Inside, maybe you want to paint it. Whatever you do now is up to you. But now, you know how to use some old pallets.